the next pandemic, for example, which is a certainty.
She's saying, I will not recover, I'm just preparing to die. This is the fifth time I got it, I'm just deteriorating, I'm going.
If you know beforehand and if you do not prevent a pandemic, that's called a crime of the worst kind. How many people will die? It's just stupid.
Like the next pandemic, for example, which is a certainty.
I have some letters and appeals saying that they got COVID's fourth or fifth time. And recently, one young woman that I knew about 3 years ago, she came to India and I met her. She's saying, I will not recover, I'm just preparing to die. This COVID will not go, this is the fifth time I got it, I'm just deteriorating, I'm going, please help me. The mutations that came up in India were weaker than the first one, so we thought we've beaten it and we're fine. That kind of conclusions we came to. See, how we see food is, we see that when we eat something, we must eat that kind of food which in terms of species is furthest away from us. So plant life is definitely far away from us. If at all, if you must eat non-vegetarian or something which is not of, from plant life, you can eat fish. Fish, that's why we call it as… in South India we call it as Jalapushpam. This means it's the flower in the water. Because it behaves like plant life in your body, because it's so further away from your own genetic code. If you eat something which is closer to your genetic code, for example like mammals, if you eat a mammal which is so close to you, the complexity of that genetic code and its biome and everything doesn't work for us.
The health, economic and social crisis caused by COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted lives globally and has had a particularly adverse impact on disadvantaged group. A United Nations Environment Programme (UNEP) report published in July 2020 emphasized the importance of examining the initiating causes leading to the spread of COVID-19 as a way to prevent future pandemics. Global urbanization and growing population are well-noted phenomena. Both can drive higher food consumption and changes in dietary behavior towards more animal-based consumption. We hypothesize that these phenomena will increase activities such as farming, hunting, harvesting, and trading of animal products where there is a risk of zoonotic transmission. Among new and emerging diseases affecting humans, an estimated 75% are suspected to have animal origins, such as the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome in bats and the Zika virus in primates. Animals can also be the intermediary hosts where they get diseases from other animals and transmit it to humans, sometimes without getting sick. This form of transmission is particularly concerning in our complex food chains where humans may not be coming into direct contact with original animal hosts but can still get infected. Risks exist in farms where animal products are being produced and in markets where they are being sold. The risk of human-to-human transmission is also heightened in places of animal product processing.
If you know beforehand and if you do not prevent a pandemic, that's called a crime of the worst kind.
Information is a keystone for a pandemic response. Actionable data must flow from all local hospitals to state, regional and national data centers. A national data center should then share national, state, regional and local data with appropriate professional societies and state and local health departments as well as hospitals and other healthcare entities. Data need to be real-time, transparent and trusted.
Well, if you look at certain projection of how populations are growing, how things are happening, what kind of ecological damage is happening, you can make some calculation and predict something that in this trajectory if you go, this is what you will hit. We can say that. Let's do what best we can do. Don't predict how many people will die. It's just stupid. How many people we will not let them die, this is important. When the outside situations go against us, we will also turn against ourselves. Or when the outside situations go against us, we will stand up 100% for ourselves. What does standing up for ourselves mean? If you are for yourself, keeping yourself joyful, exuberant, alive is most important. And there is substantial medical data to tell you that when you're joyful, when you're exuberantly involved with life, your immune system, your whole body, every aspect of your body functions way better than normal. There is substantial medical evidence for this. There is no question about it anymore. There are no doubts about it anymore. It's well established. Our life we must protect with responsible and conscious behavior. Nothing about our life has changed, only our lifestyle is changing.
But if you're misunderstanding your lifestyle as life, then of course you will suffer. So let us bring this sense to ourselves. What you wear, what you drive, where you live is not the point. How you live within yourself is the point. And right now, this pandemic, always this is the point, but this pandemic is bringing it up front, in front of everybody, to decide whether your life is important or your lifestyle is important.